What's up, guys? Welcome back to Whiskey and Motorcycles. I'm going to do something different in this video that I've been wanting to do for a while, and we're gonna start chopping this thing apart. We're gonna pull the motor out of it and stuff today, take a few pieces off it that I'm probably not gonna use again, figure it out because I'm gonna stretch this frame a little bit. Haven't figured out exactly how far I want to do yet. I'm gonna kind of play around with it after I cut it. I'm gonna try to figure out where I'm going to cut it in some different sections too first, make it the easiest to stretch it, and then eventually we'll kind of rake it out too. But that's another thing that I don't know exactly how I'm going to go with that yet. I've had a few different ideas. I was going to kind of take this front end just like this and put where the handlebar section is now right here, and so it would rake out from there. But I don't know if I want to do that, or maybe I also thought about trying to make my own little front end for it. And if that's the case, then you know, some of that stuff will be a little easier. But I don't know yet, so we'll just have to see where I go with it and see how it starts to unfold once I start working on it. Because it's just a mini bike. I'm not really worried about having any big plans. I think I've showed you guys the motor for this before that I have ready to put in it, because this is just a 97cc, like 3.5 horse. It gets me to the mailbox and back, but it'd be just about as fast to walk. So we got a Predator 212. I got a torque converter for it. We got straight pipe stuff on it. I'll show you that here in just a little bit, because we're going to test fit it in here too before I chop it all apart to see. It looks way taller to me, but it should fit in this frame. I just don't 100% know yet. I did have to buy like a little base because of the way the torque converter sits on these bikes. It sits a little bit lower and it'll hit the frame. So anyways, we're going to test all that stuff out first, and then we'll chop it apart, figure out where we're going to cut it, make the pieces, make some bungs for it to slide into each pipe on the lathe, and then cut that pipe to however long I want it, and weld it all together. After that, I'll sand it down and paint it. I'm gonna paint it kind of the same color, but not. It's gonna be green, and it's gonna be kind of a lime green, but it's a lime green metallic. It's I don't remember the name of it. It's like lime ice or something like that. It's actually like a model paint, and I'll show you what I use, which one it is when I do it. But we still got a lot to do before then. So I said I'm going to start doing that. The only other things that I know I want to do to it, I'm going to put a slick on the back. Keep the same wheel, I think. It's just an 8-inch wheel. Out front, I plan on getting a wheelbarrow wheel and put that on the front. A little bit bigger, maybe like a 10, maybe a 12. I'll have to kind of see once I get it stretched out exactly what I think will look good. But to kind of give it that chopper stance with that slightly bigger front wheel on it. Yeah, we're just going to kind of make it look like a cool little chopper mini bike. May try to put some kind of sissy bar thing on the back, but I don't know yet. We're just going to have to see what everything else looks like from getting it chopped down and stretched out first. So stick around. Alright, well, the motor's out, and apparently when you take the motor out of this bike. Oh, I guess it was just turned over that way. Kickstand, this bike sucks, and it kept wanting to fall over on me. But this is the old motor. A lot lighter actually than the other one. Kind of surprised just how light it is. I'm gonna set the other one up here in front of it real quick. Get these tools, bolt and stuff. I'm gonna set both motors up here. I'm gonna show you the difference. Just setting them up here, I think it's gonna help me figure out whether it's gonna fit or not too. Yeah, so there they are. It's like I said, it's a decent amount bigger. It doesn't look like it's too much taller though, necessarily. And if it is, I can take that gas tank off and we can try to run something different. I thought about doing that anyways, but I wasn't necessarily sure. I don't know. It would be cool to get a tank to be able to put up here or something, but I don't know. This is just kind of the cheaper option. So I'm kind of just going to stick with that for now. But I'm going to kind of try to test fit this up in there for a second and see if it sits where it's supposed to sit. I might kind of wipe that where this old greasy dirty motor was sitting first, and then I don't think I'm going to be bolting it in yet, but I don't really know. I'd love to just kind of put it on there and get the motor running and kind of try to ride it just to see what it's like before I do everything else to it, but I don't know. I also don't have a filter yet, so I'd have to kind of try to makeshift some kind of filter or figure something out for that. I could probably get one that just comes off here, but I kind of wanted one that I can make a tube for or something and come the other way. So I don't know. But yeah, this is the motor. Put this chrome cover here, chrome cover here. Obviously, like I said, I'm doing something different with that. It doesn't have a big box thing on it, which I still have a box, so I can put it on it and try to run it if I wanted to. Clear valve cover. Don't know how that's gonna go. It could work fine. It might not. I don't know. I've heard guys say they crack. If it does, I have the old valve cover. Just throw it on there. I just thought it was neat. Obviously, the straight pipe, kind of the same thing. Hopefully, it lasts. This is kind of solid mounted onto this motor, and this motor will probably vibrate a decent amount. And then we have the Vever torque converter kit. Just hoping it helps put the power down the ground, give good low end and high end speed. That's kind of why I wanted to put the torque converter on it, just so I can get the most out of the motor. Because some of them jack shaft clutches and stuff, they're okay too, I think, for certain things. But I think for what I want to get out of this, this will be perfect. Especially since, you know, I'm an adult riding it. It's gonna kind of help with, you know, like I said, that low end power. And then it'll also kind of get going after that too, or that's the idea at least. So I don't know, we'll see. Well, I probably should have recorded me doing this, but I didn't. So here it is. I figured out kind of where I wanted to cut it. I left a few things in there, like this is one of the seat mounting brackets. Not quite sure if you can see it from this angle. And then I'm gonna cut this engine plate out the rest of the way. I loosened the front. Got two welds that were connected up there, cut off. I'm gonna cut that down there now. That way I can leave this bar that is connected to right now to keep that all kind of together. And then the back, of course, is pretty good the way it is. This one might be able to flex a little bit, but as long as this is still the same, not too worried about it. And then down here, so cut them at the straight part, so hopefully all I gotta do is just add a little length to it. And I just gotta figure out how much length I wanna add. I got plenty of pipe to do it. And then after that, I figured out what I wanted to do for the front end. Bring you over here a little closer so I can try exploring a little bit better. First off, I'm going to chop off the handlebars right here, flush those up. And then I will probably leave this, I might have to, well, I'll have to take the front end off it, right? And then I'm gonna rake it to, I don't know yet, I haven't quite decided. But then from there, I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna cut somewhere along here at the same place. Add length in there with some tabs and stuff, and that'll add the length to the rake. And then for the top, I'll just make my own bars out of the extra pipe that I have, and do the same deal. Put a bung in there so they're good and sturdy. Weld around them, drill a couple holes, and weld those up. And then I can kind of shape them from there too with my torch, and I can get them, you know, how I want them, as tall as I want them, as bent forward or backwards or whatever that I like. So after that, all I'll have to do is figure out what I want to do for pegs and stuff. I don't know if I'll do that until I get the motor kind of set in there a little more, because I'm going to try to move the whole motor back too, if I can. Because when I sat on it with the motor in it earlier, it was real wide compared to this frame and stuff, and that torque converter and everything. I want to kind of stretch my legs out a little bit out of the way, or something like that, a little more forward. So anyways, I'm gonna keep working on this. I'm gonna probably chop the seams plate, get that out of the way, and then I'm gonna need to start working on getting the bungs figured out. I don't know what kind of metal I have for those, so I'll have to maybe make something, lathe on the lathe, and you know, put them down to size and whatnot, or maybe I'll be able to find some scrap metal I got over there, and I won't have to do that. That'd be pretty cool too. All right, as you can see, I kind of got, I'm not really gonna call this a mock-up, but mock-up of just trying to get me an idea how long I want it. I'm gonna double check again to see if I really like this length, but this is an extra 9 inches, so it's a decent amount, which is good. I kind of like got up there and sat on it a little bit. I like where the motor's at. The problem with it before, the motor was clipped here, I couldn't even get the gas cap off, and the motor's gonna be so tall in here again that I got it right here where it's right in between the frame. So I think that's gonna be perfect for that. At least I hope so. That's the goal here. And then the only other thing that I'm not sure I'm gonna do is, well, no, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna kind of keep the plate back here, try to keep the motor back. Oh, that's what I was gonna say, because when I sat up here, you know, my legs kind of went straight almost in front of the motor, so I could still put that the pegs up here, either use that bar I got or kind of make a new one, make it look cool somehow. I don't know. I might just use the one I got, maybe get some different pegs to look neat. I don't know. But at least that way my geometry of how I'm sitting on the bike will work nicely, and I think I'll be happy with that. Then I don't know if I'm going to have quite enough pipe. I was kind of doing the math on that. After I do this with the pipe I have an extra 29 inches. So depending on how much I decide to rake out the front, or how much I'll need to, that'll take some. I thought about just taking the extra pipe that I'm going to cut off these handlebars. I think I get about 7 inches on both sides is what I figured out. So an extra 7 inches out in the front is a decent amount, I think. So if I like that, then I'll go ahead and use that for that. And I still don't know for sure if I'll have enough to make the bars as tall as I want, because right now these bars are about 10 inches by, so 18 inches total. So yeah, I probably still won't have, with the 29 inches, I won't have enough left to do the bars I want. So I'll probably have to go get more pipe anyways, so I might not use this, because the pipe that I have now get this situated a little bit for a second. Stayed that whole time, now it's not gonna stay. Anyways, that pipe that I bought is slightly thicker than what's on here. Not by much, it's pretty much the same. Damn. I'm gonna take this down for a second. But we'll get some more pipe to do the handlebars the way I want, because I don't want to cheap out on doing it how I want just because I need to buy a little extra pipe for the handlebars. That's not worth it. I'm doing all this other work to it, so why not, you know? Anyways, I'm gonna jump back over to the lathe now. I just got it all cleaned off and ready to go. So I'll cut me a little piece of I just got some cold rolled steel that I'm gonna turn down, and then I'll make 8 of those. I might go ahead and make like 4 of them and just attach the bottom or something for now, and kind of mock it up a lot stronger than what I had it, obviously. And from there, reset the motor back in here and stuff. I really want to get the bottom ones in there first too, because I want to set the motor plate back in there and put it on top of this where it was, and then I can kind of make sure that the torque converter is still going to clear the frame and it's going to sit where I need to in here, and then I can finish putting the top together and weld all that up. Hopefully I get all that done in this video. I probably will, because I might stretch this video a little bit. I might not show everything I'm doing. I might show like a little bit of lathe work, and then come back to you when I got the stuff ready to go. We'll weld it together and do all that fun stuff. But yeah, this isn't no how-to video. This one's just for fun. Kind of give you an idea of something, maybe if you wanted to get a mini bike for a while and do it. I had a mini bike in high school that I bought for like 10 bucks a frame and an old snowblower motor. I started on it in my metal shop class. I raked out the front. I had a friend that made some plates for me. I welded those on, and when I welded them on, I just watered it all, and it was way too hot, and it kinked the front end, and so I never ended up finishing it and fixing it and sold it like that, and never got to do it. So I've kind of wanted to do this for a long time, and finally get the chance to do it. So I'm excited to have it done. So I decided to make this a little easier on myself and went and got a piece of 5/8 at the hardware store here in town, and that fits directly in the pipe. This side of the pipe's a little bit bigger, so it's a little looser on that side, but the other side fits real snug. Like I said, I'm going to drill a little pilot hole there to weld in anyways, so it's plenty tight enough for that. And I started to do a piece on the lathe, and I just wasn't with it today. I had kind of struggling there for a second, and then it was going to take a lot more time. So I decided to just do this, make it easy on myself. So now I'm just going to cut this into, I don't know, however long I want to do them. I haven't quite decided yet. Maybe at least 3 inches each or so. I need to measure this out. This is 3 foot long. So, you know, I got plenty. I'll probably try to use it all. So I'll do the math and try to make it as long as I can, because I need 4 here and 4 of them up front for the bars too. So I might try to keep a couple of extra longer ones for where I do the bars. I don't know. I want those to be pretty sturdy, but the frame needs to be pretty sturdy too. So a little bit of give and take there. Might just try to equal it out into those pieces. So I'm gonna go do that now. Getting ready to weld it up. Got it all prepped, all the holes drilled, all the bones cut, all of it ready to go. Probably could have grinded a little bit more of the green paint off in a couple places, but I'm gonna open the garage door and let it fume out that way. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I need to clean the whole frame up anyways before I paint it, and it's out of the way of the important parts. So that's all that matters. So I'm gonna get ready and start getting this thing welded up. Probably go through and maybe tack the bungs first, and then I'll weld around it. I'll go ahead and film doing that since I haven't filmed me doing a whole lot of work. I just have like a ratchet strap there right now, holding it up tight together. I haven't measured anything yet. I'm gonna measure it real quick first, but I mean, I've looked at it and kind of eyeballed it, and it looks pretty good. I mean, it's a mini bike. I'm not too worried about it being a little off if it is, but I think it's gonna be fine either way. I'm super stoked to get this done. I've had the bike for, I don't know, maybe a year and a half now. I didn't get it this last fall, but the fall before. So I've had it plenty long enough time to get this done now. And it's going pretty quick. I mean, I kind of put it off for a long time, but I didn't know necessarily what I wanted to do. I kind of had an idea, but then I kind of figured it out and I thought, well, let's go for it. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I still didn't have a dead set idea on what I want to do with the front, but now that I've kind of started, I know what I want to do now, like I explained. So I think it'll be just fine. So let me drag the welder out of the corner and let you guys watch the welder. Well, this isn't the end of the video yet, but I'm done for the night. Brought the other bikes back inside. I'm sitting out in the driveway, and I got this thing all welded up. It's cooled down. I kind of set the motor in there again just to see whereabouts it was going to land, how I like it, how far forward, back I wanted or whatever. I'm super happy because I got plenty of room now for putting the gas in right in between the frame, and right now it's got enough room. How I have it mocked up, it's just got it on a 2x4, so it's slightly under where it's probably going to be. It'll sit up slightly higher than that, but it clears, and that's good. So, but I still might raise it just a tiny bit so it's not quite that close to the frame. And yeah, still got a lot to do to it. You know, got to get the slick tire for the back, like I said, and you know, the front wheel. I got to get a different sprocket for the back and a different chain, because that's a smaller chain than what's on the torque converter, and I'm not sure exactly what size it is. I'll have to double check that. I forgot it was a different size. So actually I don't even think I knew it was a different size. I didn't look that far into it yet. And then I got to weld the base plate on for the motor, or the motor mount, I guess is what you would call it. Put the pegs back on the front somewhere. You know, just stuff like that. But it'll slowly get done, and be kind of consistently working on it here in the next couple weeks, so I can have it done soon and enjoy it for this spring, this summer, and ride it around. Obviously we got the front end yet to do and stuff on it, but stick around. I won't do it all in this video, but I'll do some more for sure, a little bit more at least, and then who knows what the next one will bring. Okay, so it's a few days later, or quite a few days later, but haven't had much time to work on the mini bike because it's been during the week. I've been working and doing some other things, and I got plenty to do to it, but I still I'm waiting because I also ordered a bunch of stuff for it, and that's what I'm gonna go ahead and show you, and then we're gonna end the video here, and then we'll come back to it for another video or two. I don't know how many I'll end up making total over the whole thing, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you the stuff I went ahead and got. I got the stuff so I can finish the bike up. It was things I needed. I haven't got all the parts in yet, but here's what I got. First thing, you can't see it really in there, but it's a new sprocket for the sprocket in the torque converter, because the chain that's on here is a 35, and the one that comes on these torque converters are like a 41 or 2, I think, like a 420 chain. So I'd either have to change the sprocket on the back wheel out or that one, and I just decided to go ahead and do the one up front for now. It was a little cheaper, than we'll see, because then I would have had to buy another chain too, and right now I should be able to keep the chain that I had on it. It's in pretty good shape. So, and then it wasn't necessary, but I bought a chrome cap because I didn't want to spend the money on the gas tank, like I told you guys about. There's chrome ones, but I just don't want to spend the money on that. So I can't remember whether I said earlier in the video or not, but I think what I'm going to do with that gas tank is I'm going to paint it the same colors I paint the frame, so it kind of looks like a painted gas tank on like a motorcycle or whatever, and I think it'll look really good with the rest of the motor being chrome. So I'm going to do that. The other day I told you guys I was going to put a wheelbarrow wheel on here. I went and tested it with my spare wheel for my, well, not my spare wheel, but a wheel off my wheelbarrow, and I didn't mind it. It looked good. That's just an 8-inch wheel, and I like the combination. It didn't look too big, and I think once I stretch it out, it'll look even better. And then I ordered a slick back tire. It's going to be, I think, an inch and a half shorter though, so it is going to be a smaller tire. I think it's a 13 by 5 by 6 is what it is. So I got that, and looking at the wheelbarrow wheels, they don't have a place to put the bearings in them like I need, and I didn't really feel like messing with it too much, so I started looking around. They got some pretty nice wheels made for these mini bikes for like 12mm axles and stuff like that, and that's what I ended up doing. I kind of had a couple picked out, and then I finally found one that you can just buy the hub and the wheel itself. So I got the hub ordered, and I got it in, and then I got the wheel ordered also, and it should be coming in here this weekend. However, I did get the front tire today, and I just opened it up before I started recording, and I actually like it better. It's this is going to be a 10-inch wheel, but it's a smaller tire, so it doesn't look as big, and it's also thinner, and I think it's going to be a lot better, like, actual tire as far as quality of rubber goes than like a wheelbarrow wheel would be anyways. And I kind of read up on that, and the more I thought about it and stuff, it just didn't seem like a good idea. So I went ahead and got that. Yeah, it seems like a pretty good little tire. It's a 60 100 by 10, so it's a 14 by 2.5 is what it is. But yeah, and I think it brings it down a little bit because, you know, looking at it, I don't mind how tall this one is, but it's maybe a little bit tall, and I think between this one being skinnier and a little bit shorter, and with the back wheel going to end up being smaller too, I think it'll end up equaling out and looking just fine. I do wish the back wheel was a little bit bigger, but it was hard to find taller and not wider, because if I got much wider, I wouldn't be able to run that brake caliper on the back, and I didn't really want to mess with moving that around. What else did I get? Anything? Those are the only parts that have came in. Other than that, that's about all I've gotten so far. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I'll see you guys real soon. I've got another video that I planned on putting out this week, but I didn't finish the ending to it yet. So that's why I'm going ahead and releasing this one. So there should be a video next week as well. The week after that, there may be another one again, but I'm not real sure yet. But for sure, there will be one again next Friday. We will probably come back to this after that video I got filmed. And hopefully by then, it'll be done. I'm hoping to finish this up next week because I got some friends coming into town for my birthday for the week, and we're gonna hang out, and be really cool to have this thing done so we can rip it up and down the road and, you know, have a good time. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the mini chopper content, and see you guys again soon.